You are listening to I Am Refocused Radio with your host, Shamaya Reed. This show is designed to inspire you to live your purpose and regain your focus. And now, here's your host, Shamaya Reed.
Hey, welcome to I Am Refocused Radio. We are here once again, and today we have another interview for you guys. We're going to talk to former judge, trial lawyer, and mediator Willcott of Court TV, and we're going to talk about the situation of Mar-a-Lago. And I just want to say first, thank you for joining us this morning. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. I have to tell you, I feel like you're already cheating because of your voice, that I'm just going to tell you whatever you want to know. But I'm ready. I'm glad to be on.
I appreciate that. So, man, this Mar-a-Lago situation is very intense. There's a lot of coverage being spent on this and a lot of people's opinions on social media on this, but we have you to help set the record straight, to help us stay informed with everything. What can you tell us as far as some of the latest developments? Because I know there's some developments early in the week, but yeah, there's been some stories like on The Guardian that had a story just Wednesday. So what you're getting right now?
Sure. So the most recent thing I think to talk about is the fact that the judge did issue an order, as you well know, for appointing an independent special master. And so what is a special master? You have them in states, you can have them appointed federally, but it is a person that is appointed specifically by a court of law who is meant to be objective, independent, and do whatever task the judge has ordered. In this particular case, that person would review all of the documents. And you can imagine how long that's going to take, given the volume of documents seized from the home of Donald Trump.
And on Tuesday, there's another judge that unsealed additional portions of the FBI affidavit laying out the basis of the search of the Mar-a-Lago. What's some of the details that you found interesting?
Sure, that one is, and first of all, interesting that the reason the federal judge said, I'm going to release this, is because attorneys had already made comments referencing that part of the affidavit. So he felt like, look, you've already put it out there. I'm going to release this. DOJ, of course, has redacted portions that they say would interfere with the current investigation. But part of what is interesting to me that it raises is the question that arises because of that affidavit that was released. Did the former president, did Donald Trump authorize a false statement to his attorneys that they then made to DOJ? And the specific facts around it are this, is that the attorney for Donald Trump said he was not advised of documents being in the private office of Donald Trump. And now this affidavit indicates that the FBI believes that the attorney said that because former President Donald Trump lied to his attorney, right? And said to the attorney, oh, there are no documents in my private office. And that he therefore lied to his attorney and then to the public. So that's kind of an interesting little piece of information gleaned from that affidavit.
And also an article on Wednesday from The Guardian. According to the new visible portions of the agent's affidavit, the FBI subpoenaed the footage on 24th of June, weeks after observing about 50 boxes of records in the storage room at the Mar-a-Lago. Their response was, because of those aspects of the grand jury's investigation have now been publicly revealed, there is no longer a reason to keep them sealed in the filings in this matter.
Right, absolutely. Because, and that's the piece when information comes out, it can allow then the affidavit to come out. There is no reason to keep it sealed. There is no reason at that point. So it should be released. And I think part of this is not only the judge's decision, it's appropriate to now release it, but also the world we live in today, right? Because today's world demands transparency, believes we have a right to know. Don't you hide it from us. And so I think that also plays into some of what's happening in this case.
Once again, we're talking to our special guest today, Willcott of Court TV, on the situation at the Mar-a-Lago. You know there's a lot of noise going on in social media. There's a lot of opinions. What's some of the ways people who are trying to watch this case, as you are covering this case, and other people are covering this situation, I should say, what's some things the audience can do to make sure they're getting clear-cut transparency on their information?
That's such a great question. You have to just, like anything, be really careful, of the source And it needs to be, AP, for instance, is a great source because they've vetted all the facts to make sure it's accurate factually before they publish. Be very careful of social media, the common sense things. When somebody tweets, it doesn't mean, don't take that as it's an absolute truth. Rather, take it with a grain of salt, do your own investigation, look at the reliable sources to see whether or not it's true. But the other part of this is to keep in mind and really do a little bit of a deep dive on the legal system, because the politically motivated statements are often opinion. But if you look at our legal system and what can happen and does happen, what's in the affidavit that was released, for instance, the judge's order appointing an independent special master, those are the things that can give you the absolute, this is what's happening, not this is what people think about what's happening.
And once again, talking to Ashley Willcott, you can watch her live coverage weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. She is a well-known legal analyst and also has appeared as a guest on HLN, CNN, Fox Nation, and others. I'll let you have the closing statements. What are some of the details do you think might come forth in the near future? Or is this going to be, you just have to get your popcorn and see what happens next?
Well, I think that you need to get your popcorn, see what happens next, because I think something definitively is going to happen next. I believe, my opinion, just my opinion, that there are absolutely documents that are of concern that shouldn't have been in there. I don't think it's going to be a, hey, look, here's the nuclear code and this is where it is and you could go type this in. But I think there's going to be the kind of information that is going to get emotions going. I think it's going to get worse before it gets better. And I think that's going to center around a belief that former President Donald Trump took things he shouldn't have, and a belief that it's information that scares the American public.
Once again, if you want to learn more and watch more on this situation, connect and follow with Ashley Willcott and what she does with Court TV and their live coverage on weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And if someone wants to follow your updates online, how can they follow you on social media, on Twitter?
Oh, yeah, Ashley Willcott at Court TV. Thank you.